follow a lot of people because then I end up watching the videos and I don't put up the content because I'm busy watching y'all. So I gotta put up my own content. But I like Joni because she does the Vedic astrology. So I was making my tea and I noticed they got a message on the tea. You can't make tea anymore, but they got to put a message on it. So it says, be kind to others, but always be compassionate to yourself. I know that's right. And the other one said, let's see here. Get what the other one said. The other one says, oops, dropped it all in the cup now. It's by Yogi, and you are the master of your judgments, your decisions, and your actions. I didn't mean to drop that in there. Good thing I didn't have the water in there. Hold on. How do I do this? I can't get the little tea thing out. I didn't mean to do that. What a mess. Okay, so from my understanding, not only are we fasting, but we are not buying anything until December 1st, which I didn't have a problem doing because I got mad at my, what is it called, Afterpay. So I didn't pay them, and Sam's Club hasn't credited me yet for that, for those stolen groceries. So it's just a mess. I'm a mess over here, and I decided to make me some tea. And this is the honey chai turmeric vitality. I've never tried this one. Sweet and spicy blend to support overall health. I want to thank one of my followers for our chat. We had a really good chat. Hold on, let me put Joni on hold. I like Joni. So we had a chat and we were talking about in the morning, I say in the noon, just like you would do meals, where you have your quiet time or you call it your prayer time, um, whatever time where it is for you to take time out for yourself. And so we were going over some of the things that we could say to ourselves for self-motivation and self-care, self-love, and all that good stuff. And so I'm glad that it worked for you. I'm very happy to hear that. And I put up the other ones. You know, you can always change them, adjust them to fit your preference if you like it a little bit different. Like I said, it was just a little something for you to have to help you focus. I mean, after we talked, I just think there's a lot of people are having a little bit of anxiety. I mean, your environment, everything that's going on, it's understandable. So anything that helps you to focus a little bit better on yourself, even put little stickies up if you need be. Wear a t-shirt with a saying on it if you want. Whatever it is that you need to do to help you focus, I would say do that. Um, but I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad, that's what it's all about. I mean, I wouldn't even waste my time. I wouldn't even waste my time online if it wasn't really helping somebody. So you see, I do the minimum now, and that's part of my own lesson that I had to learn, was that I was an overgiver. And then you try to learn, well, how do I not overgive, how to give. It's just one of those lessons that you have to figure it out, and that's what I've been doing. But a lot of people feel like I'm spending too much time figuring out, that I'm testing too much, and that I really should be doing things differently. And that's the rebranding. And I've been putting up content about rebranding because I can help other people do their videos more so than myself, because I don't really have the gift to gab. I can gab, but that's just not my natural thing to do. You know what I'm saying? So I rather help somebody else, make money in a way where I can create something for them that they like. Now, a lot of this stuff, when I put it up there, it's just free stuff that I'm working on, and it's just fun. That's for fun. But if it's for work and somebody really wants something for, business wise. And of course, it's going to be clear, and of course, it's going to look differently. Um, these are just ideas that I put out on the internet. Like I told you guys way back when, the internet became like my open notebook, because for years I kept journals, I kept notes, I kept just a bunch of papers, and then I kept them in storage. And I was like paying for a storage unit just to store papers and documents for my businesses and different stuff, just storing stuff for God's sake. And so I've been literally for years now getting rid of stuff for years. And what really motivated me was my Aunt Sarah's house. She saved stuff for like generations, for years and years. And when my, there was a couple of issues happened. She had some homes in California. And I think I told you guys this before. A lot of the family took advantage of the gold rush and went ahead and sold the properties and so forth. And then now they're like in government housing. So I haven't really talked to a lot of them. Just because I really wanted to focus on myself, spend my money on myself. And they really didn't, when I asked something, they really didn't know. When it came to the insurance company, they didn't know an attorney. When it came to, the health issues, now, correction, my one cousin in Sac, who's my favorite aunt's child, who's already passed, she did give me her doctor, and I went to him and everything like that. So that was really cool. She really did help out. But they're way in Sac, and unfortunately, I never made it to Sac. That was my plan, to go up to Sac, see them, say hey, and then go on my way. But it didn't work out that way, and I've been here in this area ever since because of living there in the townhouse. So the roommates and everything, the people here, everything is different. It's really different when you're always inside and you in your own house and you ain't seeing people or your neighbors or anything. So when something go crazy, you like, I don't know what that's about. But then you realize later, like, it's different. These people are just different. It's not the same communities. And that's something that I put up on the California Love page, was the change that the communities are no longer, they're one of the ladies were saying that they're like transits now. The communities are no longer community anymore. Like that bond and that know thy neighbor and all that kind of good stuff. It just doesn't exist anymore. And that was something that we had, obviously, in the black community, which they're erasing now. So they're going to try to make California more like a big old Disneyland or some type of place that you can come and do travel and tourism and leisure and spend your money, is what they would like to do. So I think there's a lot going on in California, but safety would have to be a priority in order for that to successfully kick off. And sometimes California has struggles with that. Um, it sounds great. Tourism always sounds great when you're thinking about money wise. But when you think about the safety and the health and all those good things, then it looks a little bit different. But I think that the people need to speak up more if they want to keep their communities. But you see what's happening, and a lot of people are just no longer here. And I don't want to really talk about that because I know some people don't like that, and I ain't got that many followers as it is. So I'm trying to talk about the topics that you guys would rather talk about than me talking about stuff that I see. Um, that's why I say sometimes you got to communicate with me more about what it is that you want on my channel. Because you can see I'll be all over the place. I'm just having a good time on my pages. I really enjoy being creative and making different stuff to put on the internet, videos, pictures, just chit-chatting with different people. It's a lot of fun to be on social media. However, I still have very serious issues to address, and that's getting my vehicle repaired. And they really messed up my transmission. They always messing with the damn brakes. When I try to go to the gym, there's always something. So it's not a smooth, easy type of schedule that I have when I have to deal with that in addition. And then I was going to put the Jeep away, like I told you guys. I found a place to park it with a garage and so forth, but then I don't have my wheelchair working. And my mobility is very limited. So that's the reason I've been using the car so much, sitting in the car, is because I can still get stuff done. I can still get through the front door without falling and shit, and, do what I want to do the steam thing with the salt on my knees and stuff like that. And I used to do the red lighting until they start messing with that. So that's why I said it's just got to the point where I just started limiting my time away from the vehicle because it just kept messing with it to the point where I couldn't leave it very long. So I don't know what lie's been told. That's one thing about these people. They're not really the kind to look and I don't know how to describe it, but it doesn't stop my flow of still continuing to do the things that I need to do for myself and take care of myself. But the point of talking to you today is that it's the first day of the intermittent fasting that we're doing. I'm drinking a lot of tea and a lot of water. And I just wanted to let you know, because we already did the calling back my power and the different types of affirmations that we say to ourselves for motivation and to stay focused on our goal and on, some people say, grind. I'm not a hustler, but just for the mere fact of conversation, to be able to communicate with you what we are doing for this week until Monday or Sunday, whichever day worked best for you. Now, some people want to drink like smoothies and stuff. Do you do what works best for you? I mean, the fasting is fit for what works for you best. It could be one meal a day or whatever, but it's still the intermittent fasting. Best to your ability. Don't stress out over it. I mean, if you fasting shouldn't be stressful, and it should help you have clarity. It should help you focus, and spiritually, I love it. I love fasting. It has always worked for me. Um, like I told you guys before, it started first in elementary because there were times when my mother would not have my food and stuff set up when I was over at Aunt Kat's and Aunt Sarah's house. So that's how I first found the introduction to intermittent fasting. Was not by choice. So as time went on, and people would give me compliments about different things and so forth. So I never really liked being called Bones, but some people prefer that look. I guess that's why I'm kind of comfortable with having a little bit of weight and having boobs. I like having a little bit more voluptuous body, just because I never had that before. So I really enjoy it, and I still, like I keep telling you guys, I always try to make sure the waist, I do those crunches and different type of squats and exercises to make sure that I don't have that fat next to my heart, because that's not healthy. But everything else, I'm pretty cool with with having weight on me. I mean, it may not be that attractive to others, but like I said, it's about me, and I'm just really enjoying my time, enjoying myself. The only negative is this vehicle and not really having the support to get it repaired. California is just a hot mess when it comes to really trying to get, for me, it has been a hot mess when it came to really trying to get somebody to help me with this vehicle. So I'll keep you guys posted on it. Before this week, I'm definitely fasting, and I will keep you updated every day. And I'm drinking the different teas. I bought a bunch of teas. Um, they had them on sale at Vons, so I put them all in a big old bag so they don't get wet here in the Jeep, because when it rained, because they mess with the top, it leaks. So I had to put all my teas and stuff in a bag so they don't, so they don't get wet. But they had some great deals at Vaughn's on the tea. I'm trying this one today, the honey and chai. I've been drinking up the green tea like crazy with the probiotics, and the classic that's decaffeinated. I really like those. And then the ginger and lemon seems to be my favorite. That's a herbal tea. I really enjoy that one. And the peach turmeric ginger is pretty good. That one I was pleasantly surprised. I wasn't expecting it to taste one way or the other, but I do actually enjoy the flavor. The matcha green with turmeric has a strongness to it. That one, I'm still, I'm still getting it together about how I feel about it. I had it one time and that was it, and so I've been drinking everything else, all the other teas, and I'm really enjoying them. So I've been drinking the ones that I love more, and I'm drinking it with my favorite water. So that seems to work for me. Having the tea, that's how I'm doing my intermittent fasting. And I'm glad that you like the before I go to sleep and the peace, um, having peace and so forth. I'm glad you like that. Um, Let's just say it. I like that one too. Before I go to sleep or be at peace, I call back my power to me from the north, east, south, and west. I call back my power to be peacefully from all spaces and places I may have been knowingly or unknowingly. Um, I take back my powers from negative entities and energies that do not support me in my protection of prosperity. I take back my powers from all meaningless contractual contracts that I have signed not knowing the harm it has caused me. I call back my powers, physical and spiritual. I take back my power knowingly and unknowingly that are from my oppressors' energies and entities disturbing my peace, wealth, and prosperity through infinity in protection of me from harmful consequences and entities into a powerful gain. And those are the little reminders. I keep mine on a reminder because it's just an easy way to find it. Um, I like it for my house that I want that is handicap accessible and has, everything that I need for my limited mobility. I have a focus of what I want that house to look like my tub, my big tub, and all that kind of good stuff. It is done. The money is mine. I have already won. I am claiming my divine right. I see myself standing in my home, and how I feel about it, the relief and the joy and the gratitude of being able to have my own home so I can do the adjustments. And that's one of the difficult things when you don't own your own home and being disabled or having limited mobility. It's sometimes difficult to get people to adjust their home for your needs. Even family be like, we disabled or we limited on income. You know what I'm saying? Even family can find it difficult, to accommodate you. So that's why for me, I just decided to try to do it on my own. But this vehicle, the transmission thing is about to go out. So I really got to take it a lot more serious so I can figure out what I can do because I don't have the wheelchair and I don't have a place that's wheelchair accessible. I don't have anything set up for my condition. And I've been trying to figure out how I could do it. And that could be anywhere. It doesn't, a lot of people say California is so expensive, but what my particular situation, location doesn't matter. I mean, it really has to do with my disability and finding accessible type units and all that kind of stuff. And so there's a housing crisis. It doesn't matter what state I'm in. And even with that, a lot of places don't have, the handicap mobile type thing for people who are disabled, period, no matter what state it is. So that's what I've been up to. That's what I'll be working on this week, along with trying to get the brakes done. I always have to deal with that. I mean, that's why I say I think sometimes people don't realize how a lot of these people function. Remember when I told you that things that you would never do, well, these people would do. Things I've never thought about fucking with somebody's car or messing with somebody's brakes or chopping on their soft top or you know what I mean? I would never think like that. But they obviously these people do. There's people out there that do. What do? You know how you call police on you, and the police just come to write a report. That's why I just go ahead and I go online. You can submit your complaint, who the person is. You can write down the plate, whatever you need to do, and submit it to the police department, whatever. And they'll send you something by email. Since it's not an emergency, it's called a non-emergency. You just go online and then you submit what you're concerned with. And that's what I had to do for the groceries because I had no deal of what happened to the groceries. I don't know, and the girl didn't want to help me. So all I could do was go online for that county or that city here in California and submit the information that the groceries got stolen because they never handed them to me. And then after pay they had an attitude and then they stopped wanting to give me little loans and stuff, so then they ended up not getting paid. I still got to pay them anyway, but people just do stuff just to be mean and not be helpful just to be mean. So that kind of stuff is disturbing to me, but you handle it however you choose to handle it. For me, I'm just like, you know what? I have so much other stuff that I have to do that I haven't really been given a lot of focus on it. And I just wanted to talk with you because I was really happy that it worked out for my follower, the information that I gave them and things with their focus and all that good stuff. So when you guys give me that feedback, it really It's really happy to hear. I'm really happy to hear it. I'm really happy to hear from you guys. So, goody goody. And other than that, that's it. So, if you're doing the fasting with me, leave a note below. If whatever's going on in your life, chit chat, let's hear about it. And we'll talk later.